Okay, so prize fight is back again. It's the super bantamweights this time, and then it's always difficult to call these, but we're gonna have a go anyway. And we're gonna start with perhaps the most difficult one of the night actually to call is Moran and Willie Casey.
Yep, definitely. That's the hardest first round match anyway to call. You got Moran. He's won the British title before, but he's not a great fighter. I think his record is sort of better than his actual abilities. Whenever I've seen him, he's particularly susceptible to right-handers. And but then you got him against Willie Casey, who's he's only had the 5 fights, but he's been very impressive in them all. They call him the Big Bang. He's got 4 knockouts in his 5 fights, but you know he hasn't fought against a high class of opposition yet. Yeah. But his last fight, he went over to Canada, fought one of their best prospects, a guy called Tyson Cave, and superb name. Yeah. And yeah, just destroyed him, knocked him down 4 times. So I think like he's a very dark horse for it, but he's definitely like someone not to write off.
So do you fancy him to go through the?
Yeah, I think in that round, you know, Moran's the more experienced, but no, like I say, I think his record makes him look a slightly better boxer than he is. I think Casey, the dark horse to go through there.
Okay, on to the next one. It's the veteran, Mr. Esham Pickering, fighting against Josh Wale, who has got a tough task on his hands, really.
Yeah, definitely. Like Pickering, most experienced man in the tournament. Like he's been around for ages now. He had the world title shot 10 years ago. Got absolutely destroyed, but still world title shot at it. You watch him, he's all about the footwork. He's got all this fancy Dan, moving around and stuff, but you know, he's looking a bit leggy these days, getting on a bit. He's lost, I think he's lost 4 of his last 6 or something, but they were all title fights. Yeah. But he's by far the most experienced man in the tournament. Wale is he's a weird one really, because he's had a British title shot already, but he's still quite young. I don't necessarily think it's going to be an easy fight for Pickering, but I think Wale is going to ask him some questions, but I think Pickering's experience will just see him through there.
Okay, Robbie Turley and Jamie Arthur, and Jamie Arthur the favourite here, surely?
Yeah, comfortably. I mean, I don't know a great deal about Turley, but he was thrown in last minute sort of thing, make up the numbers.
Kind of like the last big chance for Arthur though.
Yeah, definitely. He's been around. I mean, most people know him from his 2002 Commonwealth gold medal win. He's a whole height fighter. That's like his main thing really. He fights with a lot of guts, but yeah, he burst on the scene, did well, lost 2 in a row and retired for 3 years. But he's back. His last fight, featherweight British title, he lost it, and he says like if he loses this tournament, that's it for him in boxing. Yeah, he's done. So you know he's going to be all out to win it.
And finally, we've got Gavin Reid and Ricky Owen, and Ricky Owen goes into this unbeaten.
Yeah, Gavin Reid. Every time I've seen him, he's looked a bit fragile. There's a great video of him on YouTube getting just sparked out completely. Just leaves himself totally open. He's a massive right-hander, out cold. And yeah, I think Ricky Owen, he's been around a long time, but he's only fought 11 fights, and he's had like injuries, family problems and stuff, but I think he could be a lot further along had he not had these setbacks. Yeah. And yeah, he looks good boxer. His left hand, southpaw, slick. Okay. He's a good one.
So that to me suggests you think it's be Pickering to be fighting against Casey in the semis, and then Owen and Arthur. Yeah. From there, can you pick a winner?
Well, I mean, Pickering Casey will be interesting because it's like experience versus youth. I think to win prize fighter, normally it's a mixture of the two. Yeah. That brings you out on top. I'm not really sure who'll win that one. That would be a really good fight actually if it happens. If they both get through. Yeah. But I don't know. I actually fancy Casey to slide through, but yeah, Pickering's not going to be easy for him with all his experience, but that's a very tough one to call. Yeah. And
Arthur and Owen.
Yeah, I think whoever wins that one's going to win the whole thing, to be honest. Bill Welsh Derby. Yeah. And I just fancy Owen to win that one. I think it might be the last we see of Jamie Arthur, unfortunately.
Okay. So there we go. We've got, as you say, it's very difficult to choose, isn't it? But you've done well, I think. And to win the whole thing then, Owen?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think Owen will... yeah, I think I don't think it's going to be easy. It's like impossible to call, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Owen will win it.
There you go then. That's the expert opinion, and we'll see if you're right then.